Council of Commissioners, it's with a great deal of pleasure that we are here to provide you with our annual report for the years 2013-2014. The Friends, or the Butte Somerville Public Archives was established in 1981 by ordinance to maintain the non-current government record of Butte Somerville. We also are required to collect other documents, photographs, and material relating to the history of Butte Somerville to provide public access to those documents and manuscripts, and to work with educators and enhance classroom experience, and to provide support for the preservation community of Butte Somerville. I am going to introduce my staff tonight, and they will come up and report on their activities for the past 2 years. I am going to say that I work with some of the most impressive people in our community. They take their jobs very seriously, and they work to the greatest of their capacity with the public. It's a pleasure to work with them and to represent them here, and I'm going to introduce them to come up in just a few moments. I did want to report on a couple of things that they will not cover. And one of those is that I have an awesome 7-member board of directors, and you can pull out those little tabs that talk about my board. My board is impressive. They work very, very hard. They never miss a meeting. I think that's because I feed them. But they're really great about coming to bring all that they have in their war chest to work at the Archives Board of Directors. I want you to look at the Friends of the Butte Archives, which is a private nonprofit that is associated with us. This is a powerful group of people. It's an independent group. This year we added several new board members. Jim O'Brien and Cheryl Ackerman came on to join Jim Migalotti, Kathy Morris, Scott Juskowitz, Tommy Mulcahy, and Jim McCarthy. The Friends work very hard to ensure that they provide to the archives those things that are not necessarily available through the archives budget. They assisted us with developing our online database, of which we have a subscription service to, and Aubrey will speak to that. And they also assisted us by accepting the gifts for the C.O. and Smithers collection of photographs. They took a $50,000 gift from Dennis and Phyllis Washington, and they took in $58,000 from Diane Kimball, who supported that, as well as many other people who gave gifts as well. We paid for that collection, which was a little bit of a heartburn for us, but we felt that it was still the single most important photograph collection that we could acquire in the archives. The Friends has a small bank account, and they are audited annually by the Privy and Naughton firm. And if anyone has any questions about that, I will entertain that at the end of our presentation today. So I would like to introduce Nicole Ivankovich, who will talk to you about our services. Nicole, welcome.
Thank you. Chairwoman Shaw, Council of Commissioners. My name is Nicole Ivankovich. I am the Assistant Director at the Archives, and I reside at 2160 Central Drive. In my role, I oversee public outreach as well as supervise 40-plus volunteers. In the past 2 years, the Archives staff has served more than 7,500 visitors from all over the world. We have responded to nearly 400 questions and requests for information on Butte, as well as family history documentation. Our staff has been invited to speak at more than 35 engagements and events, ranging from schools to nonprofit organizations to local clubs. In addition to our work with our patrons, we also hold exhibits at the archives that have historical and cultural relevance to Butte Somerville. More than 10 exhibits have been installed over the course of the last 2 years. Last summer, our Lebanese exhibit was a highlight, bringing more than 400 people through our doors to view the exhibit. Our sesquicentennial of Montana is a territory, and the discovery of what is now Butte Somerville was celebrated in October. The archives teamed up with the Office of the Chief Executive, the Daughters of the American Revolution, and the World World Museum of Mining for an exhibit and events to celebrate this milestone. The timeline exhibit is still on display here in the courthouse. We also had a celebration with cakes based on recipes from 1864, garnet panning, and brown bag lunches at the archives focused on Montana in 1864. Another event held was the presentation of Butte City Fire Chief Fred Martin's badges to the archives by his grandson. Several people were in attendance, including Director of Fire Services Jeff Miller, as well as current and retired firefighters. Martin's grandson also promoted his book about the re-election of Lincoln in 1864. At present time, we will be unveiling the Butte Fire Department exhibit honoring the history of the department that was housed in what is now the Archives building. The unveiling is next Thursday, March 19th at 5:30 p.m. with a reception followed by a screening at 6:30 p.m. of Hidden Fire, the Great Butte Explosion. And we would love for you all to join us. Thank you for your time.
Madam Chair, Council of Commissioners, I'm Aubrey Jaff. I'm the Administrative Assistant at the Archives. I live at 3550 Willoughby. I handle our online services, including our website and subscription service. Our subscription service is a paid service that allows patrons to view our indexes that our volunteers have spent numerous hours compiling, and it's provided a new revenue stream for the archives. We've received 170 subscriptions since its launching in August of 2013. Our website has received over 13,000 visitors over the past 15 months, and our catalog of collections is now online, which has streamlined the public's access to our collections, because they can now view them at home and then come in with a list of what they'd like to see. I provided historical content to the local radio stations, including Cherry Creek Radio's Legends and Legacy series, KBOW's Butte Heritage Month, and I provided historical context for the Montana Standard for articles on the sesquicentennial of the Territory of Montana. I provide services to the local courts, individuals, and lawyers who come into the archives seeking copies of criminal and civil records, and we average approximately 10 requests monthly. Our scheduler, Kim Kahn, was unable to be with us tonight, so I'm going to speak on her behalf. Our archives auditorium and conference room have served over 380 events in 2014 and has brought over 9,000 people into the archives and into the uptown area. And thank you for your time.
Very impressive. Aubrey does an awesome job. She's a great researcher. Thank you, Aubrey. Here.
Microphone right there. Right underneath
The black thing.
the dog box.
That's an introduction for
Madam
you.
Chairwoman and members of the council, my name is Harriet Schultz. I live at 933 West Broadway. My main responsibility at the archives is to manage the government record. I need to admit that now. We manage it according to the guidelines of the Montana Secretary of State, and we encourage all of Butte's overbows departments to send us their non-current government record for scheduling and for storage. We're very happy to help them with that in any way that we can. And you are a part of our process. We send you our requests for disposal. And we would like to thank you and Karen Khan for helping us with our task. I also help with the photo collections. We've worked really hard this year to be sure that our collections are properly housed. And we've digitized many photographs so that they'll be more readily available to the public. We use our photo collections and our government records and all of the other holdings of the archives to help with historical research. And the bibliography that you'll have in your packet is a list of some of the projects we've been able to work on for the past 2 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Harriet.
I get to speak on behalf of Irene Scheidecker, who is a powerhouse in the basement of the archives. So Irene Scheidecker comes to us as our collections manager. She handles almost all intake and accessions, and in the last 2 years she has processed, with the rest of the staff, over 300 collections. Irene does a tremendous job. She works on our Past Perfect software, has worked hard to get it online and working smoothly. Irene is really a high-level professional person, and we're delighted to have her. She's also working on the Windows photo project, which we talked about last week. I also want to say that Harriet and Nicole and Aubrey have moved probably 500 feet of records from the clerk of the court. They have done a powerful job of bringing in some of the most remarkable records we have ever seen. We are intending to put online very soon the coroner's inquest of the Speculator Mine Fire, which is a tremendous document which has been lost. And we found it when we were cleaning out that fourth floor, which is a tremendous job. And I am very proud to work with these people. And I'm going to bring Mitzi up because she is going to speak on behalf of the chateau.
Commissioners, last but not least, the chateau. You've heard a lot about it recently, and so I'm not going to go over the accomplishments of the last 15 months or so, but I will instead look forward and just tell you that we are now embarked very aggressively on our repairs project. And to be more specific about it, we are trying to make sure that the building is much easier to maintain, easier to clean, is better lit, and is easier to heat. And those are really our goals of what we hope to accomplish in the next several months. In 2 weeks' time, we hope to be going out and soliciting bids from electricians and from plumbers, and to start that work as soon as we make a selection. The selection is approved, and they can fit it into their work schedule. So I'm happy to say that the chateau continues to be a viable organization and a building that belongs to all of you and to all of us, and we look forward to having it up and running again and open to the public in late May or June.
Thank you, Mitzi.
So really, that's it. We won't take up any more of your time. We would entertain a few questions if you have any, and essentially that's...
No more questions? Commissioner Henderson.
Madam Chair, Ellen, I'd just like to congratulate you on such a complete and education portfolio here, and all the people getting up talking. Thank you.
Commissioner Henderson, thank you very much. I will say that Aubrey Jaff designed this in-house, and we're very pleased with it. So, she did a beautiful job.
Commissioner Trudeau.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I'm still getting the procedure down. Ellen, thank you too. I have to say, first of all, your staff is all women. Kudos for that. Secondly, back when you were promoting when you were promoting the $7.5 million capital project, I remember you commenting to me, I wonder if the voters will pass that capital project. And I said, no problem, because the people of Butte love Butte's history, and I absolutely love Butte's history, and I've learned so much since I got here in 1991, and congratulations, because the archives is magnificent, and what you have done since you moved into that building is tremendous. So absolute congratulations on everything you have accomplished since you moved into that building is phenomenal. And what your staff has done is incredible. And what you do daily to bring people to Butte, to research their genealogy, and to learn about this incredible community